rests.
He's a top.
Yep.
Throws it on the floor, apparently.
Go ahead.
Painful thirst for knowledge.
Hierarch certainly helps them.
Yes. Hierarch's giving out on the sideboard for Fortier.
8.
Ventures the Tarmogoyf gets in for 6.
No. Go ahead.
Nothing. Disgusting. Thanks.
Okay, you win.
Yeah, there it
Just
is.
like that.
Just like that, Remy Fortier, 3 games to 1. Smash. And our championship match is set. It'll be France versus Germany. It'll be Remy Fortier versus Andre Mueller.
Battle of
The
Magic Online.
Trinket Mage deck, born on Magic Online, fine-tuned by Manuel B, run by the French player here, facing the Enduring Ideal deck, born on Magic Online, fine-tuned by Andre Mueller, tweaked up nice, but still a classic battle. And that'll be the championship match of Pro Tour Valencia. How you doing? Brian David Marshall, Randy Bueller. Certainly been enjoying this Pro Tour. Been a long couple of days, but pretty cool final. Couple of cool decks.
Pretty exciting. 2 very popular decks from Magic Online decks that were doing very well in the PEs.
Yeah.
Magic Online continues to be a strong indicator
Oh, it's changed
of
the world. It's
of what people are
absolutely
going to do on
just
the Pro
plain
Tour.
changed the world. I mean, not only are you seeing new decks evolve on Magic Online, could get tuned, I think it's also fundamentally changed the way teams work.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it used to be that you'd have like a Your Move Games up in Boston, and you had to be in Boston to really play with that team, or Pittsburgh or California. There were, you know, these centers of Magic excellence. Hampton Court Palace. I mean, it just doesn't seem to be the way the world works anymore.
You had a team one of the teams floating around out there this weekend was of Iowans and Belgians.
Right. How does that happen?
Portuguese and New Yorkers.
Right.
You know, there were numerous teams. I've seen the Norwegians working with people from the United States.
It was always true that sort of everybody knew everybody, but it just wasn't practical to play test with somebody that you couldn't sit across the table from until Magic Online. So fundamentally changed the way teams have worked, the way constructed preparation has worked, and you see it at this Pro Tour.
There still seem to be people who kind of scoff like, oh, people aren't going to play their good decks on Moto before the Pro Tour. And, you know, the good decks are just going to get out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the pros are playing the decks. Even the people who are just on Moto are going to play. There's so many people on there and so many people playing so many decks that the good decks are going to turn to the top, and the savvy pros are looking to Moto and going, what decks are doing well?
Absolutely.
What should I be playing? You know, how can I maybe tune this? How can I improve it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's foolish to think that to not realize that you're going to get a pretty good indication of what a strong deck for a Pro Tour will be if it's in a Magic Online enabled format.
Yeah. Well, that's the scene here at Valencia. We're going to take just a 3-minute break. We'll be going straight into the finals. We'll be back. Brian and I will bring you a little pregame action. Right, we'll be ready to go with the finals in 3 minutes. So stay tuned. We'll see you then. More about that semifinal match.
Okay.
I've been reading the boards. They're trying to figure out. Shuhei Nakamura played a meddling mage, and he named Lotus Bloom, which was sitting suspended, ready to come in.
Right.
Why did he not name Enduring Ideal?
I don't know. I can't think of a single reason why. Maybe he thought he had time. Like maybe Andre was sort of feigning that he was really scrapping for cards and lands and.
Yeah, he was digging. He wanted one more land so that he could Seething Song without using the Boseiju, so that he could then run the Boseiju through the Enduring Ideal.
Yeah.
But he wound up, and I think on the turn where Andre did go off, I think what happened is that he used Boseiju mana for the Seething Song, and the Enduring Ideal was actually counterable.
Right.
I believe how that played out, but I guess Shuhei didn't have a counter.
He just didn't have the counter. He had a, we'd seen a handful of lands.
Yeah, I saw them talking at the end of the game. I think Andre was surprised that it resolved. You know, he was like, all right, it couldn't find the mana he needed. It couldn't find that one more land. So he's like, I got to go for it. It resolved. Yay.
Yeah, I'm not. What happens if Shuhei names Enduring Ideal on Meddling Mage?
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems like he should be in pretty good shape there. I mean, there's a very small handful of cards. I mean, he's got to worry about the Burning Wish.
Right.
But I don't know.
All right.
I mean, he made a call, I guess. He made a hunch. He played a hunch.
Oh, Rich Hagon, who was watching his hand, said Mueller had Pyroclasm.
Interesting. I'm kind of surprised he would have that in. Well, I guess again he has so much. We talked about the idea that he would almost want to leave it.
Well, how many does he have
in
on
his
board?
sideboard? He only has one.
He only has one, and it was in the main deck. I don't think I believe you, Rich.
No, he did have one in his hand. I did see that
He
actually.
had Pyroclasm in his hand.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
But
sense.
I guess he figures with 4 tops and a lot of shuffling.
With 4 Burning Wishes and 1 Pyroclasm.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, that's what we may have to go back and watch the tapes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go back, watch the tapes, see what you guys would have done there. How should that have worked out?
I don't know that I would name anything but Enduring Ideal, and then force at any point with the Meddling Mage, and
Right.
force Andre to go through some hoops to deal with the Meddling Mage.
Absolutely.
Force him to use his Burning Wish on a Pyroclasm and cast Pyroclasm, and have to resolve 2 spells through me, the control deck.
That's the idea. Not the way it played out, though.
Yeah.
Mueller went for his Enduring Ideal, was delighted when it resolved, stitched the pieces together, and nothing Shuhei could do to stop him.
What do you think about this matchup in the finals?
Good question. I do know that the Magic Online deck I've been hearing about is the Manuel B deck.
Right.
So that must mean it's a favorite, right? I mean, isn't this the way all the PEs are to play out?
Manuel B has been winning a lot of PEs, so.
Must be able to beat Enduring Ideal.
Well, I mean, again, we've talked about a big part of the Enduring Ideal lock being Dovescape.
Okay.
And Venser has absolutely no issues
True.
dealing with any enchantments on the board, bouncing them back to Andre's hand where they're dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
You can-
You can't
after
cast
an
any more
epic.
spells.
Counterspell, and this isn't 3 condescends here.
Sure.
Yeah, we actually
How much
have,
permission?
We actually have a fairly reasonable amount of permission in Remy's deck.
A couple of counterbalances, not that they're going to counter
Right.
7 mana spells.
But 4 counterspells, 2 stifles, which is kind of an interesting.
Oh, you can stifle the epic effect even
Yeah.
after it's gone off, right?
Which is kind of an interesting. It's really just the four hard counters and the Ventures, which
Sure.
are also permission. So yeah, venturing. I mean,
Yeah,
he
Venture seems
eventually
like a
spell
big
back
hit.
to his hand. Who cares if he sacked all his land, used all his seething songs? So, and that's not something that Busijo can have
Help
any
with.
say in.
Nope. It's
It
true.
doesn't shelter him at all. So, I think Remy's probably I don't know if I want to say he's a big favorite.
I don't know about big favorite.
I don't know about big favorite, right? I think but
What do we know about Remy Fortier?
We don't know very much. We know he's qualified for a couple of PTs through the PTQ circuit.
Okay.
He top 8'd a PTQ at Worlds in Paris. I know the French players expect that he is going to be a gravy trainer before very long.
Okay.
He, top 8'd one PTQ. A couple weeks later, won the next one for Yokohama. Has played, I think this is his 3rd Pro Tour now. Again, working with Jonathan Rispal, who is an excellent deck designer. Manuel B, who's Manuel Boucher, who was playing in this tournament also.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Running this, I assume?
I assume. Guillaume Wafatapa helped him prepare for the event. He knows Olivier and Antoine. I don't know, whether or not they work together, but I mean,
Does he have much
he is in the center of some of the